Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava Batra, page 39. A, top of the page with the words V'limchar tavna le bedina. And tomorrow, in the future, I will bring a claim against him in court. It is a valid protest. If the one lodging a protest also said, do not tell the possessor of the protest, what is the halacha? Rav Zvid said it is not a valid protest because isn't he saying, do not tell him? Therefore, the word of the protest will not reach the possessor, and it is meaningless. Rav Papa disagreed and said that the owner merely meant, do not tell him personally, but they, in other words the witnesses, should tell others. In that case, the word of the protest will reach the possessor, since your friend has a friend whom he tells about the protest, and your friend's friend has a friend whom he tells about the protest, and therefore is a valid protest, meaning it'll eventually get to you by word of mouth. If the witnesses before whom the owner lodged the protest said to him, we are not going to tell the possessor about your protest, what is the halacha? Rav Zvid said, it is not a valid protest, and he has to lodge a protest before other witnesses, as they are not saying to him, we are not going to tell him about your protest. Rav Papa disagreed and said that they merely meant, we are not going to tell him personally, but we are going to tell others. In that case, word of the protest will reach the possessor, since your friend has a friend whom he tells about the protest, and your friend's friend has a friend whom he tells about the protest, therefore is a valid protest. If the one lodging the protest also said to them, a word should not emerge from you about this, what is the halacha? Rav Zvid said, it is not a valid protest. Isn't he saying to them, a word should not emerge from you? Similarly, if the people before whom he protested said to him, we will not have a word emerge from us, Rav Papa said, it is not a valid protest. Aren't they saying to him, we will not have a word emerge from us? Rav Huna, the son of Rav Yehoshua, disagreed and said, it is a valid protest because with regard to any matter that is not actually incumbent upon a person to keep secret, it is likely that he will say it to others unawares, and therefore the presumption is that word will reach the possessor. Rava says that Rav Nachman says a protest is lodged not in the presence of the possessor is a valid protest. Rava raised an objection to what Rav Nachman said from the Mishnah. Rabbi Yehuda says, the sages said that establishing the presumption of ownership requires 3 years only in order that if the owner will be in Spain and another possesses his field for a year, people will go and inform the owner by the end of the next year, and the owner will come back in the following year and take the possessor to court. And if it enters your mind that a protest is lodged not in his presence is a valid protest, why do I need the owner to come? Let him remain there in his place and protest. The Gemara answers, there Rabbi Yehuda wishes to teach us good advice, that he should come and collect the land and its produce. The Gemara asks, from the fact that Rava raised an objection to Nachman, it may be inferred that he does not hold that a protest that is lodged not in his presence is a valid protest. But doesn't Rava say a protest that is lodged not in his presence is a valid protest? The Gemara answers, he held that conclusion only after he heard this halacha from Rav Nachman. The Gemara relates, Rav Yossi, son of Rabbi Chanina, encountered the students of Rabbi Yochanan and said to them, did Rabbi Yochanan say in the presence of how many people a protest must be lodged? Rabbi Chia bar Abba says that Rabbi Yochanan says a protest must be lodged in the presence of 2 people. Rabbi Bahu said that Rabbi Yochanan said, a protest must be lodged in the presence of 3 people. The Gemara suggests, shall we say that they disagree with regard to the halacha of Rabba bar Rav Huna? As Rabba bar Rav Huna says, any matter that is said in the presence of 3 people